Wake up, Black Wolves. It's a brand new day, and we have all these. Oh, well, I was going to say glorious nominees out, but there's a little bit of tea that comes with it, too. Welcome to a very critical episode of of the Black Wolves hoedown, throwdown, nomcast. I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
I'm Logan Riley Bruner.
All right, hold on. Let's follow the critique formula that we love. Let's do a nice little compliment sandwich. Okay?
Before we get into this, because I already know it's gonna make me angry. Let's start with us. Let's start with a little positivity.
Yes.
What we've been up to, what we're doing, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just put out an interview with collective member Lacey.
We did.
We gave a wonderfully smart and intuitive interview. Thank you so much for that, Lacey. We appreciate you deeply. Mwah.
If anyone is looking for a stage manager, Lacey is our go-to stage manager. She is our collective manager as well, and
good at her job.
she is the reason that we get sleep at night. Her organizational skills are at the top.
Yeah,
They're the tops.
I had her as my stage manager for my senior project, and I was like, please don't feel like you're ever a burden if you remind me something. I forget so like this. So please stay on top of it. And she did, and damn, just a great stage manager all around. I love you, Lacey.
Truly a wonderful human being. We got to be a part of announcing a new series that collective member Sornalf Correa is doing called Master Daters.
Yes. Contrary to the
our closed captioning on Instagram did not understand that it was Master Daters. So if you saw it before I turned closed captions off, I apologize.
Do we move on to things that have also gone virtual from there? Are we all wrapped up? I know Logan is quaking in his sandals to talk about this. Yes, see, he is. Hello everyone, and welcome to 2021, the year where all our award shows are going to go virtual. We're going to reflect on all of the multitude of content that came out in 2020.
Yeah, we didn't have a content shortage. That's not the problem.
No, there was a content shortage. Let's be real.
But there wasn't. There was a lot of stuff that came out this year. There were a lot of a lot of movies.
More stuff would have come out otherwise.
I think there's going to be a content shortage next year, but there was a substantial amount of TV shows, movies. If you just look at Netflix, just the amount that was released in 2020, it is a large number of things. So I personally refuse to accept the excuse of nothing came out this year. It was a pandemic, because that's just not true.
It's just not true.
It took me about 5 minutes to find. We'll get into it.
Yes, we will. So, I'm just gonna go down the list that we have here. The Golden Globe nominations
and SAG nominations. SAG
nominations. Yes.
Golden Globes came out 2 days ago.
But just going down the list, we start with our Globes Best Motion Picture Drama. We have nominated The Father, trademark film, Sony Pictures classic. Mank, Netflix original movie.
David Fincher.
Nomadland, Highwayman, Hearsay, Corcodium, Searchlight Pictures, Promising Young Woman, Lucky Chap Entertainment, Film Nation Entertainment, Focus Features, and The Trial of the Chicago 7, DreamWorks Pictures, Mark Platt Productions, Netflix original. This seems to be the nomination section that's getting the least amount of heat.
It's not bad, but I would not say it was good.
I've seen one of the 5.
I have seen one of the 5.
I've seen 0 of them.
Bro, get on it.
I saw Trial of the Chicago 7, which was also nominated for Best Ensemble by the SAG Awards, which I think it deserves. My issue, and this is going to come up a lot, is I feel award shows need a better block in terms of like what is eligible for nomination when it comes out, because it's very weird to do this like February to February thing to do a like January to December, I feel personally would make things a lot more clear. I don't remember The Father coming out. Maybe I just missed it. I do remember Mank coming out and people saying it was great. I missed Nomadland coming out because I had heard about it a lot, but I didn't see it release. And Promising Young Woman is getting a ton of praise. Personally, I think both Da Five Bloods and Judas and the Black Messiah deserve to be on this list. I think the fact that they're both missing says a lot about what we're willing to nominate as a best drama film, seeing as all 5 of these projects are led by white people and created for majority white audiences. David Fincher did
This
not. Go ahead,
this
Jacob.
will be a common theme.
Yes,
I
it will be a
mean,
common
but
theme.
this is nothing new, and
No.
it's so frustrating that it's like every year we have to go through this thing of calling out the Golden Globes when like this is just like, like I don't want this to be commonplace, and we should keep on calling these things out. But
It's also
so,
the
like,
issue. It's the issue that there are so many streaming services and so many people creating content that to only have 5 nominees in categories just doesn't work anymore. There are too many good films being released. There are too many good performances. Minari got snubbed. Da Five Bloods gets snubbed. Judas and the Black Messiah gets snubbed. It's like, we can't just have 5 nominees anymore. It doesn't work. Even if you break it up into drama and comedy, which the Golden Globes does, you end up missing out on major stories that deserve recognition. The fact that Judas and the Black Messiah has 1 nomination in both the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes is a problem. It's not okay. That is hands down one of my favorite films that I have seen in the past like 3 years. It's incredible. And the fact that it just gets dismissed and the only nomination goes to Daniel Kaluuya, who, I'm jumping ahead. I know he totally deserves it. He absolutely should be nominated, but that film as a whole deserves to be seen and deserves to be nominated. And to write it off like this is just not okay. To write it off for movies about Mank? I love David Fincher. I think he's fantastic. They're not even in the same category.
to be honest, The Father aside, I've heard mixed things about all these movies. Or say I've heard mixed things about Mank and Nomadland, but I've only heard good things about Promising Young Woman and Trial of Chicago 7.
Oh my gosh, you've only heard good things about the 2 movies that try and focus on social justice, and the 2 movies that are about really white stories are the things you've heard bad things about? That's so weird. That's so weird. I wonder why that is.
Have some water.
No Bev.
I have nothing against Frances McDormand. I think she's an incredible actress. I think the story they're trying to tell in Nomadland is really smart. Nomadland getting nominated is the same problem that I kind of have with Borat getting nominated in the comedy category for the Golden Globes.
Which we can move on to. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, and please explain why are you upset about Borat?
I'm not upset. I want to start it off. I'm not upset. I thought Borat was a great movie. I think it's a really important movie. I think it's a movie that deserves to be seen. Sacha Baron Cohen does do a great job of exploiting the American system and showing how broken it is. However, that movie is not, in my opinion, a film. It is not a motion picture. It is a half documentary with characters. The only 2 actors in it are Sacha Baron Cohen and the woman who plays his daughter, who I'm blanking on, who also got nominated for a Golden Globe. I think they both deserve nominations. But to put something like that, which is majority improv, majority character work, up against films that were written and tell real stories, I don't know how I feel about. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be recognized in any way, shape, or form. I think they both.
I mean, what are you going to
deserve
do?
to
You're
be
going to put them in
recognized.
the documentary category?
I think it's difficult. Because do you put it in the documentary category alongside actual documentaries?
No, I don't think so. There's
Exactly.
as much improv as Borat is, there are scripted sequences with a thought out plot from A to B. I think it's fine being in the comedy
Comedy, yeah.
and I think it deserves to be there compared to some of the other nominations.
100%. My issue is the moments that people remember from Nomadland and Borat are going to be the real moments, the moments that happen between real people experiencing real emotions, not the scripted moments. No one is going to walk away from Borat and being like, oh my gosh, my favorite scenes were the ones where he was back in his country talking about spy stuff. No one cares about that stuff. You watch a Borat movie to see Rudy Giuliani get caught in a hotel room with a 14-year-old. You don't watch Borat for the script. You don't watch Nomadland for the script. You watch Nomadland to see the real stories of those real people, which is why I think it has a weird place in these award shows. It's why I think award shows have major problems, because movies are starting to drift into these weird categories. The Social Dilemma, for example, which didn't get nominated for anything, but is that a documentary? Is it a commentary on society? Is it a film because there are scripted scenes? Where do some of these movies fall, and how do we categorize them, especially in an age where a lot of people are playing with the lines? What is a comedy? What is a drama? What is a thriller? No one is playing within the lines anymore, which I appreciate from artists, but it makes nominating things a lot more difficult, particularly for movies like Borat and Nomadland, which I've heard fantastic things about Nomadland, but it focuses majorly on these real people who are actually dealing with this experience, and Frances McDormand's character being placed in their world. Much like Borat is about real people dealing with real circumstances and having a character placed in their world. I think they're difficult to nominate, and I think that sometimes they can cut out stories that deserve to have recognition because people are so focused on the reality of the situation and allow that to cloud their judgment.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to talk about the comedy category? Because I'm ready to talk about the comedy category.
Well, like I said, no, go ahead, Jacob, please.
No, well, it's just, here we are, right? We, like, I was going to talk about actually music for a second.
Do it.
Yeah, we can go into this category with Borat and I'll go down the list.
Best motion picture, comedy, or musical, which has always been a really weird category to me.
Yeah, I know, because why are musicals and comedies? All right, whatever. All right, Borat subsequent movie film, 4x2 films, Amazon Studios. Yeah, Hamilton, Walt Disney Pictures, Radical Media, 5,000 Broadway Productions, Nevis. All right, let's keep going. Oh, there's more. Sorry, Nevis Productions, Old 320, Sycamore Pictures, Walt Disney Motion. All right, so much. Music by Pineapple Lasagna Productions, Land Day Entertainment, Vertical Entertainment, IMAX. Okay. Palm Springs. Love that movie. Party Over Here, Limelight Productions, Neon. It's on Hulu. The Prom, Netflix. Dramatic Forces, Story Key Entertainment. All right. Let's talk about
three
these
of
movies.
these.
I've seen
Borat,
four.
I've seen Hamilton, and I've seen Palm Springs.
I've seen two of them. I've seen Hamilton and Borat.
Technically, none of us have seen music because technically it's not even out.
It's out in Australia.
That doesn't count. We're in the United States. Let's talk about music for a second.
Sure.
Is it a musical by Sia? Sia wrote this movie, right?
Yep.
It is, as far as I'm aware, it is a visual album.
Visual album.
Much like Lemonade by Beyonce was a visual album. This is a visual album.
I think there's more. It seems like there's a lot more script in music than there is Lemonade. Lemonade was very like poetic interludes in between songs. This one is like there's scenes, there's dialogues, there's plot progression, whatever.
First of all, it's not out. Second of all, this is the movie that she cast Maddie Ziegler as a nonverbal autistic woman. Now,
and Sia's handling of the situation was absolutely terrible.
Oh my god, horrific, disgusting, and like.
However you fall on the spectrum of this argument, this debate, this conversation about neurotypical actors being cast as autistic characters, I think we can all agree her handling of the situation was horrible. It was awful in every way, shape, or form. and that alone is a problem.
It's like, don't make the movie. Like, don't write that character. I don't know what's going on, but
see, I understand
like
her explanation of writing the character of one of my best friends is a nonverbal autistic person. I wanted to write his story. I used his life to inspire it. All of that. That's okay. I understand where you're coming from with that. It's I don't care what anybody says about it. I'm going to do whatever I want, and then making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're able to say, I understand why people are upset and offended, here is why I did it, and I'm going to stick behind it, I would have
mad
more
respect
for you than saying, oh, it's not ableism, it's nepotism because I like Maddie Ziegler. Like,
because
what
that
are
makes
you
it
thinking?
better. Like,
what are you thinking?
Yeah. So
also, it's a visual album.
Why is it nominated for a Golden Globe?
Which brings me to Hamilton. I love Hamilton.
It's exactly a Broadway show, though. Like, they just filmed the Broadway show. It's nothing changed. It's not the movie. It's the Broadway show, and that's my
problem with Hamilton getting any nominations from motion picture categories. It's not a motion picture.
Yeah, no,
it's not.
Straight up.
It may be best cinematography. I could understand. It is not a motion picture. To look at this category and say, well, the only thing we can nominate is Hamilton, feels lazy and like you couldn't come up with anything better.
I think it's all to do with the distribution. I feel like anything like that's like validated by distribution is up for nom, or like can be like it fits the criteria to them.
I have an issue with. Yeah. If you needed another musical to nominate, if you really felt the lack of content, Jingle Jangle was right there.
Jingle Jangle was right there, and I heard nothing but positive things about that.
A fantastic film, one of the first Black Christmas movies that I have ever seen that did an amazing job with amazing music and incredible choreography, and you chose to nominate Hamilton.
And The Prom.
Oh, well, The Prom was a movie adaptation, to be fair.
Yes. No, yes, but I also heard many mixed and problematic things about that movie as well.
Yes.
Just in my opinion, it was not nomination worthy.
It seems like the least problematic movie in this nomination is an Andy Samberg-led Palm Springs.
Yeah, that's like the most appropriate nomination in this whole thing. And the fact that later, I mean, we're going to talk about it, but like Andy Samberg's nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy. Like,
good for him.
I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's the least of our worries.
Yeah.
In this list.
But yes, it again, the exact same thing that we said in the drama category. Why are you nominating average white movies? Why?
Is Hamilton an average white movie?
I'm not Hamilton.
Yeah, that doesn't qualify for its own reason. That's not what we're doing.
No,
Hamilton is a Broadway show. It got Tonys and it got Grammys. Let's move on. It's a cultural phenomenon. I get it. But it's not a movie. And to say it's a movie, I think takes away the prestige of filmmaking.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that goes into filmmaking than putting a camera on something.
I mean, you know, they did have editors. They did choose like when to use which camera shots and like
sure.
They
went through all the processes.
They mixed it all, like you know, like they.
So does morning television on Spectrum News. Are we going to nominate that for a Golden Globe now? Are we going to nominate The View for best TV show? Like.
I mean that has a category. It's called reality television.
Exactly. Just because you're editing well, I'll give you editing. If you want to nominate Hamilton for best editing or best cinematography, fine. But to say it's the best comedy or musical film of the year, I think takes away from other films that came out this year. It wasn't the best. King of Staten Island was a great movie. that I think could have probably taken the place of any of those three films. Jingle Jangle, I think, deserved to get nominated over any of those three films. I don't want to bash movies and I don't want to like attack artists because that's not what the podcast is really about. But what are we saying when we say that the best musical that we could find, the best comedy that we could find was something that was on Broadway? That like we couldn't find any other movies that we thought were good enough to be nominated. There's no storytellers telling new stories than a Broadway show, a visual album, and a musical that was a Broadway show that everyone said the Broadway show version was better? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah, my skin's crawling in various directions. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. Go to the SAG Awards Best Ensemble. We have The Five Bloods, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Minari, One Night in Miami, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
The only issue I have is that Judas and the Black Messiah isn't nominated, and the only reason they couldn't do that is because SAG sticks to 5. I think SAG should up their nominations to 8. I think that would make things a lot better for SAG just overall. But I do think this year the SAG nominating committee picked 5 incredible films that are all very much justified to win this award. I have zero problems with the people that were nominated.
I have to agree.
Same.
That's it. Quick and done. Quick and done on the Best Ensemble SAG noms.
Yeah, SAG's not that problematic in my opinion.
I agree.
They picked relevant stories that had really good performances and really good directors and really good scripts.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue.
Golden Globes performance by a leading actress, drama. We have Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Right.
Andra Day, The United States versus Billie Holiday.
Didn't see
Vanessa
it.
Kirby, Pieces of a Woman.
Right.
Frances McDormand, Nomadland. And Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman.
I've heard Andrea Day was amazing. I didn't see United States versus Billie Holiday, but I did hear she was incredible.
I haven't even heard of that movie.
I've heard everyone else in this category was great as well. Frances McDormand, I have some questions about. Same reasons I had questions about Nomadland getting nominated in general. I've heard she gives a great performance, but personally, I think it's a lot easier to give a great performance when all you're acting off is reality. You're not working with a script. You're not working with like, oh, how do I make sure that I get there? You're just listening to people tell stories and living. You are actually living.
Yeah, you're not acting. You're not stretching anything.
It's reality. Sure, you're playing a character. I understand that. But you're mostly living in reality. And that is impressive to say the least. I'm not going to take anything away from her work. I think Frances McDormand is an incredible actress. But what is a movie? What is a movie anymore?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The lines are getting blurred.
Yeah.
The lines are getting blurred, and these award shows have strict lines.
Yeah.
Not really willing to budge, so they have to fit these experimental movies in their boxes, and that can create problems sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Golden Globes Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Comedy. Maria Bakalova, Borat subsequent movie film. Kate Hudson, Music. Michelle Pfeiffer, French Exit. Rosamund Pike, I Care a Lot. And Anya Taylor-Joy, Emma.
I'm not going to take anything.
Anya.
I love her. I love her to death. I don't think she deserved a nomination for Emma. I think she absolutely deserves the nomination that she got for Queen's Gambit. I thought she gave a really great performance in that show. Emma is
weird. Good. It's a weird movie.
Yeah, it's
all right.
It's
weird. It's a good movie, but I did not turn off Emma and go, oh, wow, what a performance. I turned off Emma and went, that was really cool. That was fun. Which maybe that's what you're looking for in the comedy category, but I mean, Jacob, you've seen Palm Springs, and I know that you love the lead in that.
Yeah. Where's she at?
There's quite a few performances this year that I think probably could have fit into this category.
Yeah.
I love Kate Hudson. I think Kate Hudson's a great actress. Why is she nominated for a visual album? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
SAG Best Performance by a Leading Actress.
Let's hear 'em.
Amy Adams, Hillbilly Elegy. Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman. Frances McDormand, Nomadland. Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman.
Most
Alright,
of the
we've heard
same as the SAG drama category, except Amy Adams put in there. I have not seen Hillbilly Elegy, so I'm not going to make comments on the performances in it, but I have not heard the best things. I've heard the acting is great. And apparently it is, seeing as both her and Glenn Close got nominated for SAG Awards. But at least from what I've heard, there are major issues with both the book and this film. A lot of people have pointed out that it's kind of if you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you can escape poverty and make something of yourself, because drug addicts are drug addicts. It's problematic, to say the least. I haven't seen it. I can't judge it. But that's just my little 2 cents of what I've heard.
All right. Well, yeah, I haven't seen it either. Let's move on to the Golden Globes Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Drama. Yeah?
Sure.
We've got Riz Ahmed for The Sound of Metal. Sorry. Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Anthony Hopkins for The Father. Gary Oldman in Mank. And Tahar Rahim in The Mauritanian.
The Mauritanian, I don't think has released yet. So question mark. And I haven't seen Sound of Metal, but it looked incredible.
I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah.
Me either. So it's hard for me to judge.
I feel really disconnected from this year's nominations.
Me too.
Probably because half of these movies haven't come out.
I mean, Father came out a while ago, but it was one of those indie, telling a story with really good actors movies that didn't really get the super promo push. It's an award movie. It's the movie that you sign up for because you hope you win an Oscar, which is not a bad thing.
No.
I don't want to take anything away from it, but it is I read the description of it and I was like, oh, this is an Oscar movie. Got it.
It's that bait, that good bait.
Right. Okay, let's go to Globe's Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Comedy. I guess, or musical. Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat subsequent movie film. Yeah. James Corden, The Prom. Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton. Dev Patel, The Personal History of David Copperfield. Love him. And Andy Samberg, Palm Springs.
So how can we nominate Dev Patel for Best Actor in a Comedy, but we're not nominating The Personal History of David Copperfield for Best Comedy overall?
Thank you.
It's happened so many times.
It has, but that's my response to there aren't enough movies, so we had to nominate Hamilton.
Put it in Hamilton's place.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Lin or James win this.
No. They don't deserve it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is great. It's
a great performance. Don't get me wrong, but it's a Broadway performance.
Yes, it is a performance that has already been nominated for Tonys. That is where it deserved to be.
And has won Tonys.
Well, he didn't win a Tony for Best Performance in a musical.
No. But the show itself has already won the accolades that it deserves.
I haven't seen The Prom, so I cannot personally comment on this. From what I have heard, the performance that James Corden gives is quite stereotypical of a gay man. And a lot of people in the LGBT community have had a major problem with that.
It's like he's doing an impression, but it's like he's doing an impression for his friends, and it's not very good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Check out that movie, because it's crazy that there are, first of all, so many high-paid star actors, A-listers in this movie right now, which I disagree with the casting completely, because it is changing audiences' perspectives of who should be fitting these roles. Maybe now audiences are going to expect stars to be in the Broadway production when it comes back, I've got some problems with this movie. The music's catchy. There's a song that I like, but problematic.
It feels to me like a bunch of A-list movie stars saw The Prom on Broadway and said, I want to do that, but I don't want to do it on Broadway.
No, they're like, we're movie stars. We'll do the movie.
which is cool.
Well, they couldn't do it on Broadway.
Yeah,
It was 2020.
But did they shoot this movie in 2020? No.
Shot it before. Also, I'll again bring up Jingle Jangle, that there were quite a few performances in that movie. Keegan-Michael Key, Forrest Whitaker, both could have fit in this category, and I would have been happy. To nominate Lynn again says there are no other actors that did films this year that were better than someone who was already nominated for a Tony, and I have problems with that.
And no problems with Andy Samberg.
No, not at all.
Let him be there. SAG Best Performance by a Leading Actor, Drama.
Switch out Riz Ahmed. No, not Riz Ahmed. Switch out Dev Patel for Stephen Yeun.
And it's the same list.
Yeah. Sorry, not Dev Patel. Tahir
Rahim, yeah.
for Stephen Yeun. And you have the same list as the drama nominations.
Now I want to see Minari because
I've heard great
I've
things
got
about
some questions. I've got some questions about it. I believe it's an A24 film.
It's the only A24 movie that got nominated this year.
Great. I love A24. However, I believe this movie is nominated in the foreign category.
This is true.
And it's not a foreign film. It's a
No.
foreign language film, maybe. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's...
From what I've heard, it's half foreign language, half English. It's when they're together, they speak their native language, and when they're in America, like in the American surroundings, they speak English.
So, yeah, it's debatable to me whether this is and should be considered a foreign film, because it kind of seems like a hybrid. I don't know what country the director's from or where he lives, but
It's a movie about people coming to America.
Yeah.
The plot of the movie is them trying to make
Yeah.
a life for themselves in the United States.
Yes,
Very
and
American.
within and also American film house
Yeah.
producing it. So like,
Is it a foreign language film, or did you just put it there because you didn't want to nominate it for Best Drama?
right. Now, yeah, exactly.
Again, blurred lines. How do we nominate a movie that is half in one language, half in another?
Put them in both. Like, no.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's something that Golden Globe committees need to, and all award show committees in general are going to have to figure out as films get more experimental, lines keep getting blurred.
Yeah. Well, SAG just, yeah. This was in drama? That was the drama category? Yeah.
SAG just does best, and it's weird because they break it up for TV but not for film. They do best performance by an actor, best performance by an actress. There is no like best performance by an actor in a drama, which again I have a problem with SAG, because how do you compare the performance that Chadwick Boseman gives in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom or Da 5 Bloods to what Andy Samberg does in Palm Springs?
Right. Well, Andy Samberg's not nominated for Best Actor in general, but I see what you're saying.
But he's nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy.
Yeah.
So
So if it were, yeah, got it.
split up, you might have more room to experiment with who you get to nominate. I am not saying we use that to nominate Broadway shows.
We have a lot of noms to go. Can we skip forward to the TV section?
Yeah,
We're-
I'm just gonna look real quick and see if I have any issues with anything else.
We're pretty deep into this cast.
Yeah.
We can jump to TV.
Yeah. Let's jump to TV.
Globe's Best TV Series Drama. We have The Crown, Netflix, Lovecraft Country, HBO, The Mandalorian, Disney Plus, Ozark, Netflix, and Ratched, Netflix. I feel like for me, Ratched is the biggest surprise on this list. I don't really want to see it on this list, to be honest. It was a fine show, but no.
I'm surprised by Mandalorian, but not in a bad way.
Me too.
I'm impressed by The Mandalorian.
I kind
I'm
of dig that
impressed.
The Mandalorian's on here.
Yeah, me too. I would, if I were nominating, right, I would switch out Ratched for I May Destroy You on HBO.
Which got
Now.
snubbed so many directions.
Got snubbed everywhere.
Yeah, you will not see that TV show on a list, period. And that's a problem to me because Michaela Cole
You will
did
see it. You'll see it in.
brilliant work
You'll see it in 2 spots.
in SAG.
Yes.
Exactly.
Not in the Globes. The Globes snubbed the hell out of it.
Yeah. Main
But
problem.
for the SAG Awards, actually you'll only see it in 1 spot because for whatever reason the SAG Awards nominates actors and actresses in limited series or movies for television, but not limited series or television. So like you can.
Okay, so
you
the
can
actors can win for their performances, but the show can't win.
But the show could be nominated alongside like long-standing shows like Ozark and Dead to Me and stuff like that was nominated, which doesn't really make a ton of sense to me, but okay. But Michaela Cole got a nomination for Best Leading Actress in a Limited TV Series or Movie for I May Destroy You, which I've heard she absolutely deserves. I still need to watch that series.
Absolutely deserves that SAG.
The fact that the Golden Globes completely ignored that show and Insecure says
again, because Insecure's been running for years.
Recurring theme.
I don't want to bash anybody. I don't want to be upsetty spaghetti.
No, yeah.
Jump ahead a little bit. Sure. Why did Insecure not get a nomination, but Emily in Paris did?
Think about
I haven't. To be honest, I haven't seen Emily in Paris, nor have I heard anything about it.
I have no desire to see Emily in Paris.
The only thing that I have heard about it is that it's bad. There's not been a single person that I have talked to that has said Emily in Paris is good. Now, it might be a good show. I'm not here to debate that. I haven't seen it. It brings questions to me that a show that ran on Netflix for its first season and pretty much got critically panned across the board is getting nominated over a show that's run for 4 seasons on a major network and has been critically acclaimed the entire time it's been on television. Where is Insecure? Where is I May Destroy You? Where is Lovecraft Country?
Oh, Lovecraft Country was just there. Yeah.
It got nominated for Best Show, but we're not going to nominate any of the actors in that show?
Yeah, that's true. Jonathan Majors,
Journey Smollett?
Journey Smollett. That's how I was trying to remember the J name. Yeah. And those Journey does, oh my God, such an amazing performance in that show.
It's one of the best performances I've seen on TV this year.
And it's really upsetting that she didn't get nominated. I don't know. I mean, like we could keep going down this list, but it's just gonna be the same thing.
I mean, the thing that I really there's one category that I really want to point to by SAG in particular. It's the only category that I really have issues with SAG. And it's best TV performance by an actress in a drama.
Oh, I was just looking at that and thinking that was going to be the one.
First of all, Journey Smollett Bell deserves to be there. She should be there. Second, are you honestly telling me that the only good performances on TV this year were in Ozark and The Crown?
Yeah, no.
2 shows that are pretty much complete white casts?
It's insulting.
It's
straight up insulting.
Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from The Crown. It's a great show. I don't want to take anything away from Ozark. It's a great show. But to nominate 5 actors from those 2 shows says to every other show on television that they gave those 2 shows are the best shows on TV. And I don't think that's okay.
Or the only 2 shows with great women.
Yeah. And I don't think that's okay.
I look at this list of best TV performance in an actress drama, and I kind of just see like we missed Downton Abbey and Breaking Bad. So
yes.
These are the people who we're gonna nominate. Listen, both these lists are disappointing, to say the least.
To say the least.
It's it's reflective of things that many people have been calling out award shows for the last decade or so more. Now we just have a platform for those voices to be heard. It's disappointing, and at the same time it's not surprising.
Yeah.
That this is where we are. This is the most disconnect that I've felt from a nom list in a while. So that's why I'm mostly silent about this, just because I'm just shaking my head at most of this.
I'm surprised that Bridgerton got the nominations that it did. I loved it, but I don't necessarily know that it's award worthy.
A lot of people thought Bridgerton overall got snubbed.
Interesting. It didn't get snubbed by SAG. SAG loved it. The Globes snubbed it a lot. Which, if you want to have a problem with that, fine. But SAG really praised it a lot. So congrats. The actors believe that Bridgerton was a good show. Actors like period pieces because they're acting challenges. So I appreciate that. And I think Bridgerton does deserve to be recognized as a period piece that doesn't cast all of its black people as servants and all of the white people as lords. And actually, for the first time in at least what I've seen, casts Queen Catherine as she was, a mixed woman, because she was not white. She was mixed. It's hard. This year has been difficult for the entertainment industry, but I think that these awards make it even more difficult. I think these awards just...
It boils it down into a stew that is not truly representative of our culture right now.
Or our country. Like,
the major thing that I would say...
No, I think it's representative of our country.
I think we need more nominees in each category. And I think we need to diversify our nomination boards.
For the 18th year in a row, we are asking, please diversify our award noms.
I love the SAG Awards. I think they're really good. I think they need to expand the amount of awards that they give out. They've always been a little like, we're only going to give out 6 awards, and I don't get it.
They're like, you think these trophies are cheap?
I understand. You guys don't want to have a really long award show. You want to focus on actors. But if you want to focus on actors, nominate more actors. It's not like we're short on performances.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this is gonna sound so on brand for me. But the only nomination that brought me any joy was Ludwig Göransson for Tenet. That was the only thing that brought me any sort of joy from this novel.
Let's talk about that category real fast.
Best original score?
Yeah.
Sure. We got Alexandre Desplat for The Midnight Sky.
Of course, he got nominated. He gets nominated every year.
Ludwig Göransson for Tenet.
Great.
James Newton Howard for News of the World.
Cool.
Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, Mank. And Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John
Baptiste.
Okay. John Baptiste, Soul.
So, I think Soul deserves its nomination. I love John Baptiste. I always have a problem when a composer or a group of composers gets nominated twice. I think it's weird. I think it says that you already kind of know who's going to win because the nominating committee is saying we think that these two did the best work of the year. And again, I think it says that there was no one else that deserved this nomination more. There's no one else in the industry that we think did as good a job as these two, that these two deserve 2 nominations. I don't want to take anything away from their artistry. They're great artists. Do we really need to nominate people twice in the same category? If you want to nominate somebody multiple years in a row, go ahead. Alexander Desplat gets nominated every single year, and he always deserves it. He's a great composer. Why are we nominating the same 2 people?
I mean, I haven't seen Mank. I haven't, I haven't listened to the music of every movie and compared them, like sat down comparatively. Mm-hmm. It is extremely possible that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did produce 2 of the best scores this year.
Right.
It's possible. I do understand what you're saying, though. For diversity's sake, can we just can we diversify our ears? Like, can you nominators like really make sure you put in the work because it seems like you're getting lazy.
It's also like, how easy would it be to just say Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John Baptiste for Soul / Mank?
Well,
And-
I mean, John
But
Baptiste
those
was not.
part of Mank.
Yeah.
Those are
feel like
also two completely different vibes. You either
Yeah.
nominate one or the other, I say.
Well, yeah.
But then I worry that Mank gets the nomination and Soul doesn't.
Well, I haven't. Yeah, we need to listen to the music. We've got all these feelings. We don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like,
Well, the three of us will sit down and watch these movies before the actual Globes and the SAG Awards so that we can actually discuss them.
yeah, I think we should do like a big prep and make sure we know what we're talking about and we know who we're rooting for
Yeah.
on game night.
Oh, but it's okay, guys. The Golden Globes does recognize Judas and the Black Messiah for something. Best original song.
Yeah.
It's the only thing good about it. Quote.
They also nominated, I think they nominated Daniel.
They did nominate. Yeah. They nominated him.
Who
as
absolutely
supporting actor.
deserves it. He's an incredible actor and he gave an incredible performance in that movie. The fact that that's the only nomination you could find for that whole film? Not best screenplay, not best director, not like...
I need to see it.
It's
I
amazing.
need to see it. It'll be on HBO Max soon.
Yeah.
The other thing that makes me happy is the recognition of stunt people in our film industry.
SAG Awards does it every year.
They do work. They get injured, sometimes worse. They deserve to be nominated. Period.
Yeah. And I have no issues with any of the things that got nominated. Maybe News of the World.
Yeah. I don't
But
know
other
what
than that, I have
happened in
no
that
issues
movie.
with the stunt category this year. I think that
Yeah.
those stunt performers give incredible performances and give varied performances. The stunts in Westworld are nothing like the stunts in Cobra Kai, are nothing like the stunts in Mandalorian, are nothing like the stunts in Lovecraft Country. They all are nothing like the stunts in The Boys. They all do very different things with very different worlds, and I think they all deserve to be recognized in their own way.
Absolutely.
We'll see who ends up winning that category in particular.
I think it'll be
stunts-
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, probably. Stunts is always a really interesting category.
Good for you two.
Um,
And movies?
Cobra
Defy
Kai
Bloods.
moved to Netflix, I believe.
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it did move to Netflix. You're right.
SAG Outstanding Stunts by a movie are Defy Bloods, Move
Great.
On,
Right?
News of the World, The Trial of the Chicago 7, and Wonder
Interesting.
Woman 1984, which I think will win.
Probably. Trial of the Chicago 7 and News of the World are a little interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think about those films, I don't necessarily think of moments where stunts were.
But also, I can't talk for News of the World, but in thinking of Trial of the Chicago 7, we're talking about every time that the police and the protesters clashed, which we wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily think of as stunts because they're not fight scenes, but that does require intense choreography. And so,
Yeah.
like I said with the TV category, it does a very different thing from what Wonder Woman does. Wonder Woman choreographed combat. Trial of the Chicago 7 choreographed riot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
going to
a- yeah.
say riots because they weren't riots. They were protests where the police beat people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But at the same time, in Wonder Woman, you have like women standing on horses shooting arrows and like
incredible.
incredible work.
Yeah.
I wish I could stop talking about Tenet because even I'm getting sick of it. I'm surprised it didn't get nominated for stunts in a movie, considering
I am as well.
all the forward and backwards choreography that John David Washington, Robert Pattinson. and
It
all
didn't really
those
get recognized
extras.
at all by SAG.
No? Maybe I think the Oscars is more Christopher Nolan's speed.
Probably.
How the hell do we end this on a positive note? Because I'm just so heated about all of this and disappointed.
Because the SAG Awards came out. That's how.
Yeah.
Because we were going to talk about the Golden Globes, and then the SAG Awards came out this morning and gave us
Further,
a glimmer of hope.
yeah,
That's right. Yeah. I think that, you know what, something to a high note to leave on is that if there are movies on this list that you haven't experienced, go check them out and form your own opinion.
We definitely
And
will.
yeah, talk to your friends about them and be ready. See what wins. It's been a crazy year, and you know what?
Anything can happen.
It's over. It's
We're
over.
we're already stretching into the long end of our podcasts. So I will ask the question rapid fire. Jeremy, what have you been consuming?
I picked up Queen's Gambit again. Um,
Again?
I still haven't finished it. I just finished episode 6. I think I still have 2 more episodes to go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna run through it this weekend just because I'm just like I want to finish it. I want like win the damn chess tournament and let's be done. Okay, I just hit my mic. I've also been playing the same video games that I've been playing: Persona 5 Royal, Control Ultimate Edition, PlayStation Plus game, holla, Destruction All Stars, the free PlayStation 5 exclusive PlayStation Plus game, which is basically a mix of Rocket League and Burnout. You control a car, you crash other cars. It's dumb fun, and it makes me feel good about my car's extended warranty.
Nice and rapid fire. Thanks. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode. Great.
Where's my invite?
Yeah, well, let's play. And I have been watching Servant Season 2, still airing, and WandaVision. Episode 4 was fantastic. If you haven't seen episode 4 yet, watch it.
We're gonna wait another couple episodes so that we can talk about WandaVision again.
I'm already saying we've talked about doing spoiler casts for shows. WandaVision is definitely a show that I think we should do a spoiler cast for. So if you want to see that, let us know. It's one of those shows that I could talk about for hours.
Yeah, Logan, have you seen episode 4?
I have. It was amazing.
Oh, great. Well, we have to talk about it. All right.
As soon as
That's what I've been consuming. Yeah, that's what I've been consuming. What about you, Logan?
I picked up Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I already like better than the original Spider-Man game, and I already liked that one a lot. I re-picked up The Binding of Isaac, which is a really fun little indie game about the devil and angels and worship and
biblical metaphors.
A lot of metaphors. It's wild. It's a lot of fun. I started watching Hunters, with my mom, which is
Al Pacino's nominated for.
Al Pacino, I think, does deserve his nomination thus far. So we didn't really get to talk about that. I watched the first episode of Pretend It's a City. I don't know if I like it yet or I don't. We shall see. I might not pick it back up again. I might pick it back up again. I haven't decided. That's about it. Judas and the Black Messiah. I saw it. Watch it. It's amazing. Last week I said I was excited for it. I was totally right. It's amazing. It is one of the best movies I've seen all year. I'm so mad that it didn't get more nominations. It's amazing. Go see it. And hopefully this week, as we are working on new things and the 3 of us get to be together, we'll be able to watch some of these movies that are nominated and give you guys our opinions on them next week. So very excited for all that.
Yeah.
Great.
Here's hoping the Oscars does a better job. Yeah.
Come on, Emmys.
Yeah, come on, Emmys. Come on, Oscars. I know that's asking a lot out of the Oscar committee. But
you know what to do.
You know what to do. You've gotten enough shit for it over the last few years.
You've heard where everyone has problems. Just don't make the same mistakes.
Don't make the same mistakes, please. Until then, until the next disappointing nominations list, I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And I'm Logan Riley Bruner.
And take care, y'all.